Welcome to the Chiro Money Show, where we help chiropractors make better financial decisions so they can build stability in their finances and a lifestyle that they love. We're your hosts, Chris Shield and Scott Campbell with Align Wealth. Welcome in.
Welcome in. Olympics are underway. Hope you've been enjoying watching. I know you have, Chris.
Yep.
You're competitive skiing in your younger years.
In the blood, man.
What's it like watching the Olympics?
Oh, I love it, man. I like watching the ski racing, no doubt.
Yeah.
But all the sports.
What type of ski racing? There's lots.
There's lots, yeah. Like the skiing that I did was like the downhill Super G, GS, slalom. So the alpine disciplines. Yeah, those are my favorite to watch still, but I like watching it all. Just the competition, like obviously there's a lot of competing on the world stage for these athletes, but something about the Olympics is just a bit special, right?
Yeah. I was watching some Super G this morning, and man, it's pretty incredible how fast they are going down that hill.
Yeah.
Freaks me out. Couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Couldn't do that. Yeah.
It's pretty gnarly. Yeah.
What kind of speeds do you think you reach on a good run without the kids?
Like if I'm just skiing.
Anywhere close to those 120 kilometers an hour?
No, not anymore. Yeah.
No.
Maybe 80
Okay.
if I was like really ripping, but
That still seems pretty fast.
it's still fast. But yeah, nothing like, in a full race environment where, back in the day, I probably did hit 120, 130. Like,
Wild.
yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Well, I'm most looking forward to hockey. I know women's hockey is underway.
Yeah.
Crushing 5-0 loss to the US, the Canadian women yesterday. Hopefully they can turn it around, get their captain back on the ice. We'll see. Canadian men's hockey gets underway tomorrow, Thursday, the day this podcast drops. So excited to see what Team Canada brings this year.
Yeah.
I think about someone like Connor McDavid, right? They've been in the NHL for 10, 12 years now?
Yeah.
10 years, right? Like his prime years, he's missed out on 2 opportunities to go to the Olympics and finally gets his crack at it. So it'll be cool to see him on the ice.
Yeah, definitely. New environment. I mean, if the Four Nations face-off was any indication, it'll be some intense games.
It's going to be some good hockey for sure. Last question for you, Chris, before we dive into the topic. Sidney Crosby, golden goal.
Yeah.
Do you remember where you were?
Nope.
No? Okay. All right.
No.
I don't know why. There's certain things in life where it's like I remember exactly where I was, who I was with, how much we celebrated, how exciting that moment was. I can't remember Sochi's gold.
Yeah.
Vancouver Olympic gold. That was
Vancouver
special.
Olympics was a pretty big deal. And that goal, I remember that goal for sure. I don't remember exactly at the moment where it was, but.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that leads us nicely into our topic today. We wanted to weave in some Olympic atmosphere into the podcast this week. So topic is basically this. If money was hockey, here would be our starting lineups to win gold in personal finance. So we're going to have this back and forth here between Chris and I. We have what's called our starting lineup. So we're going to use the hockey theme of 3 offensive forwards. Think of like the growth side of your personal finance, the exciting side, maybe. Couple defensemen, goalie.
Yep.
We'll leave it up to you to decide who you think has the better starting lineup. But we're going to take, he doesn't know my answers. I don't know his.
Yeah.
We could take it in whatever direction we want. All I know is that if he had his choice on who his captain would be, apparently it's Zach Hyman. So we'll get into that.
We were joking around, Scott. You were asking me who my captain would be. And I just, I mean, as an Oilers fan and I think Hyman was kind of on that brink of like maybe making the team, but he didn't. So I was just joking that he would be my pick. But this is, you guys are going to see really quickly that I'm not a hockey expert.
We're not here to talk about players specifically. Well, I might bring in a few, but
yeah, you probably will.
We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Who are you starting with, Scott?
We got
you on the spot.
We had to lead the way here, to lead the way for my starting lineup, the legend, Sidney Crosby. When I think about Sidney Crosby and his career and his Olympic golds, is he doesn't really do anything flashy. Like he just has the fundamentals dialed in. He's consistent. Like you can just know that he's going to show up and lead the way. And so how that relates from a financial standpoint is essentially really strong financial fundamentals. So when I think about the fundamentals that I would want to have on my starting lineup, that would be super clear systems and a plan for managing cash flow. Simply just living below your means, paying yourself first, automating your investing. If you're doing all those things from the get-go, you're gonna win gold long term.
Cool.
Right? And that's what Sid does.
I like it.
What about you?
Okay, fine. I'll go with Zach Hyman.
Zach.
We'll talk about why I picked him because he's not, again, similar to Crosby. He's not flashy. You know,
Gritty.
he's willing to put in the work and go to the hard places, be in front of the net, get pushed around, and do all that to score. And I think how that relates to personal finances in life is, just, you know, it's not about being the flashiest, most popular person or having, you know, the nicest everything you can imagine. You know, just being that kind of regular person, you can succeed in finances in life, and you know, you don't have to do anything special. You can be a Zach Hyman and show up and crush it.
Yeah, it makes me think of the book The Millionaire Next Door. Like that would be Zach Hyman, right? Like he is a millionaire, of course, but if you didn't know Zach, like he's your prototypical, like he's got the wealth. He's not showing off his wealth, right? He's just going to work.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he, on a personal side, he does. I don't really know how he lives.
Don't know.
But like judging by how he plays, like probably not. He's pretty like just shows up and works, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cool.
All right. Next up for me is more of a behavioral kind of mindset. And I just kind of put this down as a growth mindset. So just really just believing that whether it be in your finances or your practice or your life, that things can be better, things can be improved upon. You just have the right mindset and preparing for it, that you believe that your income can grow over time, that your systems can improve, that your practice and your revenue can grow and scale without causing more chaos in your life. You know, as you grow in your career and your income rises, that your savings rate can grow along with that. And most importantly, that as you grow in life, that like your life, you enjoy it now, but that it's also important to grow your wealth for a great future and more freedom and flexibility.
Very similar on my end. The word I put down is optimism.
Love it.
So very much connected, right? Having that positive mindset and just approach to life and finances in general, like believing the best, that it is possible, like you said, to get to that next level, whatever that is, it is possible to pay off the debt. It's possible to grow wealth and invest and see the rewards of that. Possible to have like the right systems in place. Just overall, like an optimistic, positive mindset and approach to your finances, I think is essential.
Yep. Love it.
Yep.
All right. Instead of going back and forth, what's your next one? Then I'll finish it up on the offensive side of our lineup.
Okay. Again, don't judge my hockey IQ here, but I hear this term called like, they got a good cycle on the boards.
Okay. Right? Yeah. Working the cycle.
Working the cycle. They're in the offensive zone and they're working the cycle. I don't know what that means. I don't know what to do. If I was on the ice, I'd be like the person lost in the middle of the cycle and then people just skating around me, passing around me. But where I take that is like, that seems like it's a system. It's a structure that they've trained and practiced, and it's something predictable for that team. And I think of that as your structure for how you manage your finances. So have you automated your savings, right? Have you picked those predetermined amounts that are transferred each month to a different savings account or to an investment account? Have you automated that? You have the personal cash flow system dialed so you know what's coming in and what's going out. You know, do you have the right insurance in place and things like that? Just structure and systems.
Yeah.
Do you have it, and can you just let it work? Because once you get the puck in the offensive zone, you got to let the cycle work, right?
That's right. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing when you have the right systems and processes in place. Like we see this consistently with clients. It can be a disorganized, chaotic mess of, call it your financial junk drawer, so to speak. We get some things cleaned up, get the right systems in place, get you automated, get your systems automated for investing, got to plan around your income, get the right insurances in place, get all these things cleaned up and organized. Then you just let it work, right? There's some things to optimize along the way as we continue to meet throughout the year and in the years ahead. But once you get that system and that we'll call the cycle in place, you can score a lot of goals.
That's right.
Right? Way more goals than you're just 5 Chris's out there on the ice, just trying to pass the puck around and maybe get the odd shot on net. You need a good cycle. Yeah. All right. My last point on the offensive side of the puck. We're not going to score any goals, which you need to score some goals. I know my preference has always been you need a good defense to win a championship, but you still got to score some goals along the way. And you're not going to score goals without having some global equities in your portfolio. So my point is this: investing in global equities long-term, this is your scoring engine, in my opinion, right? Low cost, diversified, global portfolio in all the beautiful companies. That's what I mean by equities. Investing in all these companies around the world long-term. You're going to score some goals, win some gold medals.
Yep. Yep. So you're going to invest in the U.S. even though Canada is about to play them and beat our women's team. You're still going to invest there?
I'm not going to say that we should temporarily sell. I'm not trying to time the market here, Chris.
No. I mean, it's a fair point here. Like maybe there are reasons to make exclusions from your investment choices, like investment portfolio, maybe around values and beliefs. But generally speaking, you probably want to own a diversified mix of companies all across the world, whether you like the country or not.
Not something that you want to necessarily like take out of your portfolio just for the 2 weeks that the Olympics are on, right?
That's right. Yeah, love it.
All right. Should we shift over to defensive side of the ice?
Yeah, let's talk defense.
Talk defense. You know, before we get into our points, when I think of our 2010, 2014 Olympic winning teams, winning gold, both for Canada, women's and men, there are some strong defensive players, great goalies, great defense. I'm not going to put you on the spot on rattling off some names, but man, 2010, Jay Weber, Scott Niedermayer, man, the list goes on and on and on in terms. And then, of course, the legend, Roberto Luongo in net. That's who I'd want in net any day of the week for winning gold, Bobby Lou. Anyways, enough about hockey players. Chris, who do you got on defense?
On defense,
who's logging the big minutes for you?
I don't have a player here. I got no player in mind. The point I was thought of with defense is, again, I'm not a hockey expert, but I've heard that positioning is important. And it's very important of where you are on the ice in order to be a good defender, to be able to block the lanes and shot opportunities and whatever. Like, I don't know. These are just buzzwords I hear, Scott.
You're nailing them.
So good. So I think positioning, and to me that as it relates to our personal finances in life, like I kind of go to my favorite thing is like, let's think about the big picture and where are we with our positioning? So, do we have the right things in place so that hopefully it's preventing us from getting scored on or something negative happening to us in our personal or financial life? So do we have that emergency fund set up on the personal side? Do we have funds set aside, reserves set aside on the corporate side as well? Or do we have months worth of expenses covered, things like that? Our salaries covered for several months? Those right positional things where we have the right structures in place. And then on top of that, obviously comes into place the insurance, the like emergency, kind of stuff. Like, what if the worst case scenario happened? Are you covered in the event of something like that happening? That's kind of where my mind went with it, from like, what is a defenseman's role? And I don't know. I thought positioning.
Positioning is great. Yeah. You can't protect the net as a defenseman if you're in the offensive side of the zone. You got to stay put.
Yep.
Protect the net, right?
Yep.
I'll touch on my point that touches a little bit on yours. It was my second one that I was going to touch on, but I'll hammer it off now, and that's margin of safety. You mentioned positioning. You brought up a few things that I want to touch on around, you don't need to run your cash flow and your life with like shooting the lights out and running your cash flow razor thin and like stretching yourself, on all of the different areas of your finances. To your point, we love seeing our clients in positions where they have good cash buffers, good reserves, both on the personal side and in the business. We love it when we see a client of ours, we got 3 months worth of our payroll set aside in cash. We got 3 months worth of our operating expenses set aside in cash, plus a whole bunch of cash in the vault in case we, whatever, COVID happens again or whatever, like random stuff happens. Yep. Having that margin of safety where it's like, I can take a week away from the practice if I need to, spring in the moment vacation, everything's going to keep humming along because I've built up the right cash reserves and I'm not stretching myself too thin. Life will carry on because I got the buffers.
It's good.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep. Who else you got on defense?
My next point on defense is resilience. Yeah. I think we have to expect that life is going to throw curveballs at us, just like in a game or a sport activity. You got to kind of be prepared for the unexpected. And what's Mike Tyson saying? Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. We're going to get punched in the face in life. It's kind of inevitable. It's not like if, it's just when. It's like there's going to be major things that are out of our control that are going to have a pretty big impact on us. Maybe it's a family member passing away suddenly. Maybe it's, who knows, something with our kids or our neighborhood or our community. Like there's so many things that could happen. And I think it's how we respond to those things that is so important. So assuming you have the right systems and structures in place, like the right positioning, like I talked about earlier, assuming all that's taken care of, it's again comes back to how do we respond when life throws something at us? And can we get back on track? Like maybe something happens and it takes us off of our rhythm of regular saving and investing. Can we get back to that with resilience? Like that's, I think, the key point, like key attribute that we need is like the ability to reset, refocus, and get back to all the good work that we've done over the years.
Yeah, such a great point.
Cool. What about you?
Last one I got on defense. Remember a couple of years ago when Connor McDavid got badly hurt and he broke his collarbone, got like slammed into the boards. I can't remember exactly how long he was off. I want to say it was about 8 months, somewhere in that time frame. He was off the ice for a while. Let me ask you this, Chris. When he was on long-term injured reserve, do you think Connor McDavid was still getting a paycheck?
Oh, yeah.
He was still getting paid.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
For sure. Still bringing in the millions of dollars while sitting up in the box with the other healthy scratches and injured guys.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, he was probably also doing a lot of rehab and like...
He's still got to show up at the rink and do all that stuff, of course. Yes.
Still doing a lot of work, yeah.
He's still earning his keep, I guess. But he's not scoring goals, that's for sure.
No.
He's not scoring
He's not
goals.
doing what he's paid to do, but he's still getting paid. Yeah.
So the question here is, you break your collarbone, you're off work for 8 months. Are you going to keep getting your paycheck? How do we solve that problem?
Yeah, pretty easy, right?
Long-term disability insurance.
Yep.
It's not sexy, not exciting, but really, in my opinion, the backbone of the defensive side of your financial plan. We're putting all this emphasis of have the right systems, the right processes in place, have the right positionings and margin of safety, have a growth mindset, invest in global equities, grow your wealth, all great things. But that all can be dismantled so fast. You know, all that hard work over a very short period of time can just be wiped away with one untimely disability, injury, illness, you name it, right?
Yep.
All that hard work could be all for naught because you weren't prepared. Yeah, such a big part of an overall financial plan is the unsexy stuff, and that's having a good, strong policy in place to protect your most valuable asset, which is your ability to earn an income.
Yep. Great point. It's like I said, there's nothing sexy about it, and the premiums also are not fun. But if you look at the impact of a disability, even if it was a short term, like a you're out of work for 2 years, like that would be a fairly short term disability from like a long term perspective.
Yeah.
You know, if you're no longer earning any income for 2 years, does that push your potential retirement goal by 10 years? It sure could.
Certainly could.
Like, does that allow your family to do the things you had planned over the next 5 years?
Yeah. Well, your kids are young.
When your kids are young and you want to have those experiences as a family, who knows what the disability is? Maybe that's not on the table anymore anyway, but there's a lot of factors there.
For sure. All right, let's finish up here. The backstop. I don't know if I don't know if you knew this about me, Chris. Growing up as a hockey player, I was a goalie.
I knew that.
You knew that? Okay. They always say goalies are a little bit weird.
Yeah, it makes sense now.
A little peculiar, for sure. Yeah. Okay. My youngest, he wants to be a goalie now, so there's something to be said about him.
No, Landon, don't do it.
The thing I think about now is like just the sheer cost of being a goalie.
Yeah.
The equipment, extra cost of equipment as a goalie. Yeah. Trying to shift him away from that a little bit, not too aggressively.
Yeah. Best of luck.
Who do you got
for goalie?
You want me to go first? All right.
Yeah, you go first.
I think it comes like at the end of the day, you want to have the right insurances in place. We talked about disability insurance, of course. You want to have cash buffers and margin of safety. What's the last line of defense in the worst case scenario? I think about protecting, you might not have a family, you might not have kids, but I think about protecting my family, and that's having the right life insurance in place, the right estate plan in place. So I kind of narrow that down to like, do you have adequate life insurance policy in place to protect your loved ones? Have you gone through the thoughtful process of getting the right estate documents in place? Will, power of attorney, personal directive? Again, not sexy stuff, but in the most unfortunate times, extremely important to have in place.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
What about you?
I went a little bit different at this one. I was thinking, I kind of pictured this like, in my mind, the goalie is like the person that prevents the big mistakes or like prevents us from making those big mistakes potentially. So I kind of term this, who is your accountability partner? Who is holding you accountable, or who is standing between you and your big mistake?
I like
so
it.
Whether that's a friend, whether that's your spouse or a friend or a family member or a professional advisor, you need someone in your team, on your team, at least one person, if not more, probably more for most of you listening. You need somebody to hold you accountable, to walk you through those decisions. And as much as, the good decisions and like encouraging you with that and helping you walk through the good stuff. That's all great. But one poor decision can derail so much. So who is that person in your life that you trust, that knows you and your finances, that is standing between you and that potentially huge mistake?
Yep, for sure. Is that Stuart Skinner for you?
No.
Not
No.
Stu. Okay.
Not Stu. I love Stu, but I mean,
How can you not love Stu?
He was traded, man. He's not.
He was traded.
I don't know. I got no goalie in mind. I don't love a goalie right now.
It's fair. All
Yeah.
right. Good old Stu.
Yeah.
It is kind of sad that he got traded away. He's such a likable guy. I know he didn't get the job done, but I kind of miss him.
Do you think our listeners now understand that we are Edmonton Oilers fans?
Sure. I think so.
Did
Yeah.
they? Do you think they knew that from the beginning?
I don't know. They do now.
Yeah.
Well, I think we both got pretty solid lineups, if you ask me. Yeah.
I'd like to hear some votes on who you think's going to win between
Some votes.
So
Wow.
like some listeners want to engage here. Shoot us a message, man.
All right. Are you Team Chris, Team Scott?
Let us know.
We'll let the listeners decide.
Yeah.
Fun stuff. Well, this has been fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
excited
good one.
for the remainder of the Olympics. Watch some more skiing. Watch some hockey here. Hopefully, the women's Team Canada can turn it around after that 5-0 defeat. Yeah, there's still time.
There's lots of time.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Cool.
Thanks, Chris. Good combo. Enjoy the rest of the Olympics, and we will see you again next week. Go Canada. All opinions expressed on the Kyra Money Show are for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. Nothing on this podcast should be considered financial, legal, accounting, or tax advice. Always consult your own team of licensed professionals before making decisions about your finances.